Alright, here we are after having gotten the tape that incriminates the security chief. So now we're going to visit the senator, except we're actually going to have a proper visit with the senator. So I'm going ahead and following Jin to his room. Nice and easy, right? There's no need for sneaking around. There's no need for going into the back entrance and taking the yacht beacon. I don't even think the yacht beacon is going to be relevant this time around. We're going to play this one straight. Here we are. Ah, Shirova. I hear you're some kind of hero following your efforts in the Geodome. Excellent work, comrade. The collective needs men like you. Remember, I irradiated it? Remember, if you need any help with any problems on the ship, don't be afraid to come to me. Well, as a matter of fact, I will come to him. So, first things first, the ship's orbit is decaying. Dr. Azira is causing the Icarus to slowly approach the sun. Really? That is disturbing. I shall have the matter taken care of. Azira shall rue the day. Jin, ensure that Chief Science Officer Azira is escorted to my quarters immediately. Understood? Yes, sir. Yeah, the Senator gets right on this. But wait, there's more. Dr. Azira is working on a mind transfer experiment, the anamnesis cradle. That man worries me. Okay, that's all for that. But then, get a load of this. I'm going to give the Senator the evidence recording. Take this, it's an evidence recording. So, Mr. Shirova, it would appear that you are something of a detective. Rumors of this event had already reached me, of course. Now this evidence leaves me only one option. You must entrust this concern to me, comrade. I assure you that once my current business with Dr. Azira is complete, the appropriate action will be taken with Chief Jural. Yeah, that's actually pretty awesome. So now that we've done that, we can move out of here. Yeah, this is the announcement for the arrest of the engineers. Because, you know, Jural is having them do that. Because I think he realizes that we're on to him. So we're going to go, in the meantime, to Research Deck 1. This next bit we're going to do, you have seen before. This led to that alien communication ending. We're going to take some of the same steps this time. We're going to make our way to room 284. Here we are. Be advised, interception of transmission from Getach in progress. Transmission reads, flesh, fire, water. Transmission complete. Interception ends. Be aware, previous transmission from Zexor reads, rings within rings. Be aware, previous transmission from Xerxes reads, we had to leave. Be aware, amalgam of transmissions concludes. Rings within rings, we had to leave. Flesh, fire, water. Be advised, no calculable significance is found. Yeah, keep in mind, that was what was being told to us in our dream. We went through the maze, remember that? That was a rather interesting development. Strange, I kind of thought that we would have the piece of paper that had those notes. But in any case, I should be good. When we went for the alien ending, we had just found the printout that said that stuff in case we had missed the actual announcement. So now we can get out of here and go to Susie's floor, Geodome 3. Actually, we're going to go to Susie's room. Let's get a good teleporter. I hope this is one that takes us to the third ring. Nope. That's okay. Quick loop around. Away we go. And and teleporter. Time to talk to Susie. And again, this part is stuff you've seen before, but it's been a while. So, Geodome 3, Susie's floor. And Susie's room is right here. I chose a good teleporter. Now let's ask. Is the sun communicating? Could it be possible that the sun or something near the sun is trying to communicate with us? Be advised, this would be highly unlikely. May I inquire why you ask? Well, the signals displayed by the Sun Lab monitors, the data places their origin as the heart of the sun. Affirmative. Monitored flux emanates from sun. This is no doubt a result of the sun reflecting a pulse originated somewhere. Be assured, data obtained from the reflected pulse shall continue to be considered. You shall be informed of any developments worthy of your attention. Okay, thanks, Susie. At this point, I gotta... Whoa, the senator's here. You are the station's onboard computing facility, yes? Affirmative. Are you aware of who I am? Affirmative. You are Senatorial Envoy Aiden Edgel Tamarin. Good, good. Then you must also be aware of the authority I carry aboard this station. I want you to compose a general recommendation for the release of all security personnel from their present duties, but I want you to withhold its broadcast until I have spoken with their commanding chief, understood? Yes, sir. Damn. This guy's getting right on it. In any case, I'm gonna step outside and walk around for a little bit because I need Susie to give me an update. Susie ought to summon me back into her room. Ah, announcement for the attention of Medic Garrett Sharova. Be advised, please report to the main Susie room. Message ends. And I'm here. Garrett, it would appear that your suspicions were correct. Be aware, origin of monitored signals now confirmed as being that of the sun, Zexor. Diagnostics also suggest evidence of cognitive deliberation during the formation of the pulse. Be advised, I have exhausted my interpretative capabilities attempting to decipher the transmission, must conclude while the transmission is acknowledged as a language, it is not a language I am able to decipher. Be advised, the signal is B, transmitted at the station. Our receipt of it is no accident. Its continued transmission leads me to conclude, it is continued, that the sender is awaiting a reply. Okay, now we have information. So, what should I do now? I don't know what I should be doing. Do you have any suggestions? Be advised, adequate explanation not yet determined. I have exhausted my codec and language databases. I am uncertain of how best to proceed. Be advised, may I suggest that you consult Navigator Ta on the matter? A notable element of her ceremonial function is that which involves touching the Ka-Mi-Na. This constitutes a trance-like deliberation during which navigators believe they allow the energy and temperament of a star to influence them. It is reasonable to presume that should anyone possess a knowledge of solar activity in excess of my own, it would be her. It would be she. Be advised, all security personnel are from this time relieved of duty. This recommendation is made under the authorization of visiting Senatorial Envoy Aiden Edgel Tamarin. All security personnel passes have now been revoked. Engineers Garilak, Rhodey, and Gunny are to be released. Hey, be advised, operation of the station system is now at the discretion of Medic Garrett Sharova. Message validation absolute. Message ends. So I'm in control of the station now. That's freaking legendary. In any case, she tells me to consult Navigator Ta. I don't really need to do that. What I do need to go do is go to her quarters, though. That might have been the hint. Where would Ta be? Probably in her quarters. But there's an item that I need that's in her quarters, which, again, you have seen before. We just haven't seen this amazing senatorial coup. So I am looking for room... Oh, I'm not too far away. The way I understand it, the later stages of radiation sickness cause madness. Wow. Thanks for bringing that up, buddy. Good thing I was inoculated in this playthrough. So I'm looking for room 251. We just passed 242 and 251. There we go. Boom. Here's the Braille book. Oh, maybe it's Navigator Giacomo's room instead. The Da Mayar is watching over you, my friend, if you say so. So, book. Examine. Pages and pages of tiny bumps, enough to drive you crazy. Right. So I can't do anything with this book. What I can do, though, is go right back to Geodome 3, because there is a place where I can use this book there. This is where I upload the information into Susie, and then she tells me to go to that communication room, and then the game ends. Except, of course, we're going to do something a bit different this time. Here we are. So, we can use our mobile scanner on... whoops. We can use our mobile scanner on the Braille book. All I need to do is scan the alphabet and numerics. It's finished. And now, we use the mobile scanner on the device. Be advised, databank's now receiving data. Encoded data, file to codec and language subclasses. Commencing transmission, decode now. Okay. So now I'll make my way back to Susie. Announcement for the attention of Garrett Sharova. Be advised, please report to the main Susie room. Message ends. I'm in. Be advised, deciphering of transmission complete. The transmission relates to the decaying orbit of this station. I have been furnished with full navigational and technical calculations by sentient beings within Zexor. In order for this data to be implemented, I require the manual regulation of current Kenyan flows. In order to achieve this, someone must be present in the main science lab. Right, that's how we beat the game. Furthermore, Garrett, there is something else of which you must be made aware, and I have taken the liberty of inviting Dr. Kamek to reveal this information to you. This is new. I consider it best that you hear it from him personally. Beeman, my friend? This is a delicate matter. Could you afford us some privacy? Of course. There is no simple way to tell you the things I must now tell you, so I shall just tell you. The time has come. You are not Garrett Sharova. What are you talking about? There is more to the alien communication than you were told, Garrett. Are you aware of the coming of the digital messiah, or the Dar-Mayar? You must certainly have heard of the assassin Shatterjack. Some, if not all, of these things must have come to your attention during your time aboard the Icarus. And what about your meteoric rise to a position of command aboard the station? True. Good fortitude? I think not. One can never rely upon chance alone. We knew that when we began our work on Mantir. We have friends here, Garrett. People who are sympathetic to my work, to our work. There are people here who know about the digital messiah. People who know about you. As the digital messiah, of course, it was imperative that you remain oblivious of your purpose until the time came for you to act. Until now, in fact, the moment of sacrifice. Now wait a minute. Even he's not happy about this. No time, not anymore. The waiting is over. You must learn the truth. You must learn of your destiny. Garrett, you are not who you think you are. In fact, you are not what you think you are. You are a machine, Garrett, a device, a mechanism in our conspiracy and no more. I was alerted to your presence when the shuttle which brought you here was destroyed. There were no survivors. How could there be? 7 life readings, 7 bodies. You only have your freedom because one of the corpses transpired to be a crude android with a life sign reflector. It must have been hoped that the android would escape detection or perish in the fire. Its purpose was to draw suspicion away from you. I suppose it was hoped that when we found the android, we would assume that one of the 7 life forms detected was you. Of course, this is impossible. You give no life signs. I know. I examined you, and so I installed you with the reflector. Is this some kind of joke? I don't know what to say, what to think. I don't actually know anything anymore. Wrong, my friend. You know your destiny. Garrett, your destiny is to join the sun. You will become omnipotent. You must take the web runner and pilot it into the heart of Zexor. Damn. What a twist. At this point I'm saving because we can actually go in 2 directions. Okay, we're back from saving, and this is definitely a different direction from the alien communication rate. I could still do that, but no. I will fulfill my destiny. So let us go. Yeah, teleporter's right here. Let us go to Engineering 3. We were told to go to the web runner. We're gonna go to the web runner. We're gonna fulfill our destiny. Room 212. 224. Depletion of ship's orbit, that's fine. Recommend evacuation, whatever. Security alert for senatorial party is too late for that. 211, excuse me? Did I miss a step? Okay, 212. Oh boy. There you are. That's the web control machine. From what I can see, it controls the mining of canyons. Boom. Man, that is out there. A decision is simply a milestone along the road of destiny. We can choose, but ultimately our options are chosen for us. True freedom is a state which only occurs when all choice is taken from our hands. The Kami Na, Book 11, verse 1. That was a pretty cool ending, but I'm still not showing the credits. Why? Because we can do one better. Yes, we can. And we will. Alright, we got our information, but I'd rather not fly into the freaking sun. Let's try something different, because we heard a very interesting piece of information before. Make a statement. Azira has that mind experiment, remember? For, like, eternal existence? What about Dr. Azira's mind transference experiment? Could that not work on me? Be advised, I have insufficient data to speculate. Could my mind be copied to the web runner? Could I send a copy of my mind as opposed to sacrificing my whole body? Wouldn't that have the same effect? Be advised, if the Anamnesis Cradle project works, then speculation suggests it would, but it would be dangerous. Be advised, sensors indicate rapid depletion of ship's orbit. Okay. Recommend evacuation. Uh-huh. I have been a party to the doctor's experiments. If you wish to perform this operation, I must have access to Dr. Azira's personal disk. Be advised, access to Dr. Azira's data can be achieved by overriding his terminal. The disk must then be installed directly to my control terminal in this room. Be warned, the anamnesis lifting procedure remains uncertain. There have been many unfortunate failures. Oh boy. So now we're getting interesting. So let's do this. First, let's get out of here. We're going to carry out some cool plans. First, Geodome 1. There's one thing I never did that has nothing to do with this, but it's just kind of a feel-good thing. I want to go to room 161 really quickly. This is about the gardener who was concerned about the state of his plants in Geodome 2, back when things were irradiated. Hey, buddy. I have heard the good news. My plant are safe. Yeah, so make a statement. What was this supposed to be? That's right. Room. Tree growth room has a status of clear. I know. Okay. Well, turn to the skies. And at this time, where else can we turn, friend? Alright, that was good. But the good news is I actually wanted to be on this deck anyway, because we're going to room 121. Remember, the senator said that he was going to get Azira, and he did. So now we're gonna go ahead and have a chat. This is something I never really did before. There he is. Sharova, listen. You must listen to me. The orbit correction data, it must not be implemented. Warn Garrelak and the engineers. It was a decoy. Yeah, the disc he gave me at the beginning of the game. The orbit is beyond repair now. You'll need new data, a new plan completely, and there is no time now. Yeah, so he totally sent us off in a wrong direction. It's a good thing he told me that, though, because now I have the orbit plan is bogus at the bottom. This is important to know. So when he told me to let Garrelak know, that's exactly what I'm going to do. So, engineering deck 1. We're almost done, actually. We're close. Garrelak's going to be in one of his 2 rooms. So he's either going to be right here. Crap. Or... maybe... here? Marvelous. Hey, buddy. So now I gotta go ahead and do, the orbit plan is bogus. The orbit correction plan is bogus. What? Are you certain? Yes, Mason. Professor Azira told me himself. Very well. It's fortunate for all of us that I hadn't given orders to implement it. Thank you for your information, Sharova. Okay, that was important to do. So, just because, turn to the skies. That never seems to have any effect on him. Okay, now we're going to go back toward near the beginning of the game. Yeah, the senatorial yacht is getting ready to leave. Yeah, I'll skip this cutscene. We've seen this before. Senator's getting ready to peace out. Clearance granted. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Now we can go to Research 1. This is, I think, one of the earlier places we've been to. Oh, no, we haven't. We've been to Azira's quarters, but not his office. The goal here is to go to room 271. I'm spinning around in ring 1 just because it's a smaller ring, so there's less ground to cover. I don't know if I can get away with making another rotation, so I'll just go out to ring 2 right now. So 262. 262, 264. 263. Okay, 271. This is more like it. Azira's office. Actually, maybe we were in here. I think we might have talked to him. Anyway, so this thing, the Chief Scientist's terminal. Now I'm going to use that computer override device I used, or got so long ago. What the? Oh. It looks like a hard drive. That looks pretty important, so let's go ahead and take it. Also, check it out. It's the mazes. They're just right here. Like, that's just kind of interesting. Now, we can pretty much finish the game. 100s. So, with this ending, I'll get to have my cake and eat it too. I get to go into the sun without actually going into the sun. I'm okay with this. Geodome 3. We're gonna give that hard disk to Susie. This is it. I'm rather excited, actually. Here we are. Nothing to say, huh? But that's okay. There's this. The Susie control, showing a couple status readings. Hard drive. Use on. Susie control, baby. Be advised, transferring data. Initializing transfer sequence now. Score, that's the highest score I've gotten. What is left of us when we are gone? Dust and memories, dancing in the minds of others. Take your life to the four corners, fill the minds of others with your legacy, and dance in those places for all eternity. The Kami-na, Book 32, Verse 10. Let's watch the credits. It's kind of funny that there's like never any in-game music, but the cutscenes music are like fantastic. And the opening and ending credits as well. Dino and Rocky the Orange? What? These are cool images. It's kind of weird that we like never see them in game as far as I know. But look at how like old school sci-fi this is. Oh man. Everyone in the company for their faith, support, and hard work. Alright. There we go. Now we're going to load the title screen up one more time because this is just one of many endings. Whew. Well, there you go. That was Sentient. This game, it is amazing that they were able to put this game together on the PS1, no less. What a fascinating experience. Well, we have done it. We have beaten Sentient. This game was definitely interesting. I don't know if I would say that I necessarily had fun playing it or that I enjoyed myself, but I am, however, really fulfilled. This has got to be one of the most ambitious games I have seen, especially of its era. They put all of this on the PS1. The game itself is relatively short, but figuring out what to do can take you all of the time, especially if you want to go for other endings. I was able to do what I did because I was using a guide. I knew to go to this room for this item and then talk to that person, but even then, there were hiccups, and also, stuff just takes a while. When the game tells you, oh, wait for this to happen, you know, Susie will update you, it could take a minute and a half, which seems like a really long time if you don't know what to do. So you might just be wandering around and then suddenly a message will come up. There's a lot of trial and error in this game. And speaking of which, it was really difficult figuring out how to get all the endings. See, I had used a guide on GameFAQs, which covered 6 or 7 of the endings, and I did not know what to do about the others, because I had heard that there were 9, or maybe 10. Even the internet wasn't 100% sure. So I was able to find a Sentient strategy guide, because that seriously exists, and I was able to find other endings through that. But even then, I didn't have everything. I was missing one ending, and that one, by sheer coincidence, I found on my own. And that was when I gave Jurl back the evidence recording, and he shot me as a result. And then I ran into him again, and he was like, "Man, you idiot!" And then I was killed. That was the ending I discovered. Otherwise, I had a combination of the internet and an actual strategy guide. This game had a lot going on, and there's way more to see. For example, when I said I was going for the mutiny ending, and I was trying to get those Kenyans, but they were trapped behind a force field, and I was like, oh no, but then I got that ending anyway. What I had hoped to do was somehow deactivate the force field, grab the Kenyans, go back to the engineers, who would then say, hey, thanks, we'll get started, and then that ending would kick in. So you missed a little bit of scene, but the ending itself still triggered. Also, I don't have this on camera, but I actually once tried giving the evidence recording back to Dr. Lovey, and when you do so, she actually plays things straight. She's overcome with guilt on having done it, and she's like, yes, yes, it's all true, and I think she herself turns in the recording to the senator, and then I don't remember if you get control of the station after that, because you're not the one who gave the evidence away, but I think the plot generally progresses from there anyway. So there are so many combinations and permutations of things you can do, who to talk to, who to ask, what, where to go. This game has a lot. I can see why it would be daunting to lots of people, and it was daunting to me, but I don't feel that it deserves the bad grades that it gets on GameFAQs. A lot of it was because I have no what I'm doing, or I have no idea what I'm doing. But the actual quality of the game is way up there. Get used to it, learn what it wants from you, and then you can make it work, because there are entire scenarios that you may not have otherwise been aware of. Definitely an interesting title. One of the stranger ones I've played, but I'm happy that I did. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope this was as enjoyable to watch as it was for me to play. And special thanks to DJGamer, not only for doing the title cards, but also for selecting the game in the first place. It's definitely cool that something like this could come up, because you do not see games like this often. Even games that are all about choice, like Mass Effect, they don't have quite the level of altering the entire plot that this game does. This one's a lot shorter, of course, but there's more noticeable effects as you go. Mass Effect does have effects as you go, but, I mean, we're talking getting put into the radiation tubes or never even seeing that part of the game. It's pretty amazing. So, thank you all once again. This has been a blast. Until next time, everyone.